some live girl chat.
I is.
You're ready. All right, make sure that you head over to the Real Daytime's Instagram page and use the hashtag #GirlChatLive to join in on the conversation. I'll be reading all of your comments right here, which I love doing in the show. You guys, I love it when they're a part of the conversation. So,
yes.
First up, this past Saturday was the anniversary of the Women's March that took the world by storm. So major, just 1 year ago. And this year, the ladies and many men as well, which was super cool, were back out in full force. Now, over 200,000 took to the streets in my hometown, New York City.
Wow.
You see
That's
that?
awesome.
300,000 marched in Chicago, Chi-Town. Hundreds of thousands marched past vacant government offices in Washington, D.C., and right here in Los Angeles, over 500,000 people showed up to make their voices heard. So this year, women also marched against sexual harassment and assault, drawing inspiration from the recent Time's Up and Me Too movements. Many celebrities turned up to use their voices to support, including Natalie Portman, Scarlett Johansson, Lupita Nyong'o, and Viola Davis.
Yes.
Who brought the house down with her impassioned speech. If you didn't see it, check it out.
Every single day, your job as an American citizen is not just to fight for your rights. It's to fight for the right of every individual that is taking a breath, whose heart is pumping and breathing on this earth.
Amen.
Wow. So, ladies, what did you think about the turnout this weekend? Jeannie, you actually were there, right?
There.
I took Mama Mai there, and I should have listened to her. You know when your mom tells you to dress a certain way, but you just don't listen because you want to be cute?
Yeah.
It was freezing cold that day. It was very windy in Los Angeles. So Mama Mai lasted. I was able to come, and then I was like, oh my God, my fingers and toes. But what was amazing is that no age was left at home. When the women came out, I saw newborns. Wow. I know that that's
really,
I think, but they were bundled in carriages. I saw all types of kids, boys and girls, holding up signs, and I saw everybody making friends and joining together. Women walking with their arms, band together. Some of my favorite signs, because it's all about the creativity, right? There was this guy, an older man, who was holding up a sign, and it said, "This feminist has balls." Yep. And then there was another one that said, "IKEA has better cabinets." For the government.
Oh, wow.
So,
that's funny.
Yeah, so I think what touched me most was watching Mama Mai come home, and she was a part of history, and I think she was taken aback by how much you could do just in that camaraderie with women together. At the end of the day, though, whether you went or not, the biggest change that you have to make is when you go out and vote.
Right.
That is where you actually take that into action, you know?
I think there were so many people there because people were marching for different reasons. I had a friend, Talitha, who was there. She said people were marching for disability rights, the rights for immigrants. So it wasn't only just women's rights. It was lots of rights.
All the things were...
It was women fighting for everyone.
Everything.
Love that.
I think that it's great that women are mobilizing because I think the country is a little frustrated with what's happening. And so you see what happens with frustration and you put action into words. I also think that they're improving on the disconnect with women of color. I want to give a shout out to my friend Ciara Silverman because she is one of the most outspoken people in the Women's March. And during the Women in Hollywood event, she actually made a statement to all of us saying that there needs to be more inclusion for women of color. I think that that's great. And you can see the improvement with the speakers and things. And we also have to include our LGBTQ brothers and sisters in this fight as well. So there's still room for improvement. I think each year is going to get better and bigger and better and bigger. But I want to echo what you said, Jeannie. I hope while y'all marching, y'all march to the polls in November. It's very important. So,
what it is.
And the best way to make your voice heard is to get out there and vote. There's currently a goal to register 1 million new voters, 1 million before the midterm elections this November. Head over to thereal.com for more information on how to register in your town. Your vote matters.
Sure does. Sure does.
Well, someone who got accused this weekend of not supporting her fellow sisters is singer Ciara. Ciara started trending Saturday after she posted an Instagram video taken from a 2016 sermon by Pastor John Gray with the caption #LevelUp, Don't Settle. The clip Ciara posted featured Pastor Gray delivering a message to the single women of his congregation. Check it out.
You're not a wife when I marry you, you're a wife when I find you. You become my wife when I marry you. But a wife is not the presence of a ring, it's the presence of your character. Too many women want to be married, but you're walking in the spirit of girlfriend.
While many people thought Ciara was just speaking the truth, others felt like she was using her marital status as a weapon against women who aren't married, and that she had forgotten what dating was like for her before she married her current husband, Russell Wilson. So, ladies, what do you guys think of all of this?
It got hot. It got hot.
Going
It
on,
did?
though?
I know.
I feel like she has the right to speak on this because she has been through it. I thought that's the point, is to say, yes, I was in this place. And I think what she came out later on saying, which was like, I had to learn to love myself. I think a lot of people can take this message the wrong way. And I think we're not hearing the one part where he says, you're not a wife because you have a ring. You're a wife because of your character. So it's actually not about being married at all.
Right.
It's about walking in a certain way, in integrity, character. And I think that was a big part that we overlooked. But I think that when someone has gone through something, they shouldn't be penalized to not be able to speak about them coming out on the other side better.
Yes.
I think
Come on,
instead
Adrian.
you should listen to them because she's got the advice. She went through something which she explained, and now she's in a happy place. I
Absolutely.
think when you start to ask yourself, who should you get this kind of advice from? Like, who can say something like this?
And I think she was speaking from her personal experience. There are women out there who don't want to get married, okay, but she's talking about the women who are in relationships and who are settling because they aspire to be married, and the guy that they're with is like,
I don't think this was
know.
for single.
No. And I honestly feel, you guys, that the internet stays offended. No matter what people say.
Yes, it does.
Right?
You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
She was just speaking about her personal experience, and it was her opinion.
And I feel like if it doesn't apply to you, why does it bother you?
She wasn't
Well, I
talking
think-
to those ladies,
Right.
you know?
And coming from, like, when you're married, then you get people dissing on you for being married and acting like you know everything. When you're divorced, then you're like, why are you talking about marriage? Why are you talking about, like, you know your stuff failed. Sorry, I'm like, sorry.
You caught it.
Yes, I did. But what I want to say is, what I read in that, what I understood in that message, because I hope that Pastor John wasn't saying, you know, you got to work on seeing yourself as a potential wife.
Right.
Because some people don't want to get married. But what I saw is there is a certain aura of women that comes out when they see themselves as chosen.
Yes.
When they see themselves as already fine and equipped and well and together with who they love, which is themselves. Not having to look and be thirsty or incomplete.
Being whole.
When you're whole.
When you love yourself.
Yes. And there's a certain margin of women. I don't know, sometimes I talk about this with my girlfriend, so if you experience this, let me know. But sometimes when you get engaged or when you break up from somebody, you start to all of a sudden get this nice, comfortable place that is almost the same pheromone. When you're engaged, I remember you even said, all of a sudden, some people would holler at you, or some people from your past would be like, yo, what's up, Adrian? Because there's a certain aura that Adrian has where she's just like, I'm good, I'm happy now. But that's attractive.
It's like Lonnie. Lonnie says constantly, I don't want to be in a relationship. Lonnie gets people to ask her to marry her all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Tell me that's not true. You say that all. You'll be like, I don't.
Lonnie.
They do.
Well, this is the thing, okay? In my opinion, I think her intentions were correct.
Yes.
I think that there were a group of people, they just envious and jealous of Ciara. Because she came up.
She's happy.
She's happy.
Right.
My issue is the video and the message. I don't want, for me, my self-worth, I'm speaking for myself, is not determined. I don't get my self-worth by who I sleep with or who my friends are. I get my self-worth by me.
Yes.
And I think that is what a lot of women, you know, because you can sit back and say, oh, are you preparing yourself for a wife? It's all kind of unconventional women that are wives. They're porn stars, they're strippers. So don't come at me with, you gotta be prepared and all this other kind of stuff. Let's tell the truth about why I'm saying in the African-American community, why there is a shortage pool of available men. Why? Because of over-incarceration. And the problem is that those are a lot of our brothers that we could be marrying. So when people look at that, if you're growing up in, like, say, the projects, right?
Yeah.
There are not a lot of men. And if those men are getting overly arrested, they can't get a job, then that pool is short.
Limited.
So, thank you, limited. So we have to fix the root problem. The root problem is, why aren't there enough available men so that women can get married? People want to be happy like Ciara.
Yeah.
But when she made this comment, they like, you lucked up because you're a celebrity. You're able to, you know, yeah, he was able to find you and you was able to find him, but I'm sitting over here in the projects, or I'm working every day and I can't find dudes. Why? Because my dude's somewhere locked up. We need to start working on the fact of why these brothers getting locked up so much, and we need to work on this, because if I got friends that's locked up for a $5 bag of weed, but now you got dispensaries where they can buy a $5 bag of weed. What is going on here? So,
That's a very good point.
I'm just saying, let's get to the root cause of why
point.
people are really feeling this way, and why sisters want to be married. And I'm sure, you know, in your communities, y'all want to be married.
Yes.
I think this woke everybody up on a Sunday morning, and we got to, you know, understand. It did.
And I
she
think
was
people
trending.
getting upset woke everybody up. Like, what is
Right.
everyone so upset at? So you have to look at the deeper issues. Also, I think with everything you're saying is that, yes, there are women that want to be married, but are there men that want to be married?
Right.
That's also an issue.
Right.
So I think when she was calling out to the women that they have to level up, I'm sorry, but men, you have to level up as well.
And he did talk about that.
Yeah.
And he did
This
say
is
that.
just a clip of the message.
Yeah, it was just a clip,
It's
but he
just a clip
did
of the
say that.
message, but I think it's important that just as much as women should strive to be wife-like, y'all men gotta strive to be husband-like as well.
Yeah.
To be a representation of a good husband, so that it's not that I'm sitting here waiting to be found, but men need to be waiting to be found as well.
Well, I mean, as long as you have these sort of, I guess, examples of what a family's supposed to be like, that's what I'm saying. You got to get your self-worth from you.
Yes.
Yes.
And you get your husband that type of way, if that's what you want to do. And, or you could be like me. You know, I'm good. All right?
Yeah. Either way.
Like, I'm good. We're going to keep talking about this.
Yes. Well, Ciara did have a clarification post, and she said, I was once that girl wanting to be loved a certain way, but was making the wrong choices. I found myself at my lowest moment. I was a single mom sitting at home, and I then realized that the perfect love I was looking for was how God loves me.
Amen.
How he wants me to be loved, and who he was calling me to be as a mom and a woman. That's when I realized, married or not married, I needed to love myself.
Boom.
Yeah.
And that's what
Level up.
Yeah, I'm glad that she put that out, because that's what she needed to clarify that, and she did. Well, Ciara's man may be sexy, but he's got nothing on my boo, Idris Elba. I tell you that much, all right? Yes, that's my boo. And recently, while talking to Variety about his directing debut in the film Yardie, Idris was asked his thoughts about everyone wanting him to be the next James Bond. Now, while Idris shot down the idea that he might be the next Bond, he did have a few ideas about the future of the character. Check it out.
There's no such thing as a black Bond. There's just, are we interested in having a Bond character other than being a male? It could be a woman, could be a black woman, could be a white woman. But, you know, I think that character, everybody would like to see it have, you know, do something different with it. Why not?
I would love to see
Idris. Oh,
That's
love
my
him.
boo.
Yes.
So, ladies, do you agree that it's time for a woman to suit up as the secret spy?
Oh my God.
Yes.
How ready are you
I
guys
would
to see
love
a
that.
female James Bond? A female.
Yes. She would kill it.
Right?
That's why he's my boo. I think she'd be Jane Bond.
Yes.
Who would be? Serena Williams would be
I
awesome.
said that. You did? I said that.
Awesome.
Yes, do you remember that video a long time ago where she snatched that person, she ran after that person who tried to take her phone off the dinner table?
Yes.
That was my
that.
favorite moment that I was like, dang, she's like a modern day spy. You know, she's a modern day action figure.
Yeah,
Yes.
she got the body, she's got the, finesse
the brains.
for it. It would be good. And it'd be something totally different,
Yes.
you know, a female. Because then, you know how James Bond sleep with all the people? She could sleep with all the dudes. That would be so nice. That's
Oh my
nice.
God.
I also think Zoe Saldana has shown
Yes.
us that
Yes.
she's very
La
fit.
Colombiana,
Zoe
that
Saldana.
She would be
yeah.
amazing.
Right?
She was bomb in that
Yeah.
movie.
What about Angela Bassett?
Oh.
I think Angela Bassett would kill it. Yes.
She's got those arms.
Yes. 'Cause
Oh
she's
my
fierce.
goodness, I would love that. You
Yeah.
know what? I think any one of you ladies would be good.
Really?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Really?
You know what? I think I would be a great Jane Bond because I would be like underneath the radar. No one would expect me.
That is true.
Yes.
Can you say, you know?
Sneaky.
What my name would be?
Yeah, what would be your name?
I would be Housley. Tamara Mori Housley. See, y'all don't expect it, right?
We were like, nah, we're not scared.
Yes. And my drink would be wine. You know how he always has like that drink.
Yeah, red
Okay, I
wine.
just have to be honest, you
What?
guys. I've never seen a James Bond movie.
What?
Really?
I haven't, no.
What's the
Do
fake
you like,
pearls?
do you like action movies?
I could live without him.
Yeah.
You
I know
have
what
to.
mean.
You have to watch at least one in your lifetime.
I'm feeling
Because I'm
shocked.
sitting here
Change your
just
life.
like, yeah, that'd be great.
That's
Go
why you've been
front.
on-
How many of you guys have not seen a James Bond movie? Okay, I'm not alone.
Round of applause.
It's
Round
very
of applause if
few.
you have
Yeah.
not seen a James
Very
Bond.
few.
Yeah.
And that's a brother that ain't seen a James Bond movie.
But all right, exactly. Okay, and I also have to be honest. I think when we see things like this is not going to be a popular opinion.
It's okay.
But I get it. Women's movement, I'm so for it. And
Yeah.
I'm there. But every time there's a character, it doesn't always have to be a woman.
Well, I think he was just talking
I'm
about
saying,
a
like,
variety.
it just
A
sounds
variety.
nice to be like, oh, she could be a woman. But like, if we gonna keep it real, everything don't gotta be.
Well, no,
you know?
but it's nice to have that variety because look at Doctor Who. They made Doctor Who
Yes.
a woman, and
Yes.
it's just been just great. It's
It would just be cool to
And the
see
Would
it.
it
difference
feel different if they had a character that was a woman
Okay.
for a really long time and we changed it to a man?
Like Charlie's Angels being like three
men.
dudes?
Yeah.
I
but-
think it would be cool.
I think it's great to
I
see
think it
them.
would be cool.
That's Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
ain't it?
Yeah.
We already got that. That's what I'm saying. Can we just show real quick the picture of me and my boo Idris? 'Cause I just want to brag
my God,
again that I
wait,
met
what?
him and
Where
we
we
interviewed